कूजन्तं राम रामेति मधुरं मधुराक्षरम् आरुह्य कविताशाखां वन्दे वाल्मीकि कोकिलम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचन्द्राय वेधसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताया पतये नमः। जयत्याश्रितसन्त्रास ध्वान्तविध्वंसनोदयः प्रभावान् सीतया देव्या परमव्योमभास्करः परमव्योमभास्करः।
श्रीमते निगमान्त आदेशिकाय नमः। When Lakshmana caught the lotus-like feet of his brother Rama and his sister-in-law Sita, he expressed his emotions through two shlokas. Sabdhatus charanau gadham ipidya raghunandana Sita muvacha dishaya raghavam cha mahapratam. Then he says, Bhavastu sahavaidehyā Giri sarushu rasyase aham sarvam karishyami jagrataha swapataschape. These two shlokas are very, very important in Sharanagati Shastra. As pointed out by the polymath, the preceptor, the polyglot of the 13th century, Swami Sri Vedanta Deshika, in his work called as Avaya Pradana Saram. This work he dedicates to exclusively talking about Sharanagati as seen in the Ramayana. So this particular act of surrendering at the lotus feet of Rama and Sita is an apt example of how Sharanagati should be performed. Sharanagati is that particular act of the Jivatma towards the Paramatma. So, the Jivatma understands what is his or her Swarupa. Rather, it is better to say its Swarupa. Then understands the nature of the Paramatma. Understands who then Paramatma is. Then understands the route to attaining that Paramatma. Understands what will be the phalam of that particular act, of that empire. And then also understands what could be the impediments in its path. This is called as Artha Panchaka Jnana. Praptuscha Brahmano Rupam Praptuscha Pratyagatmanaha Praptipaya Phalam Prapti Tatha Prapti Virodhi Cha Valanti Sada Vedaha Setihasa Puranataha is a Prachina Shlokam that tells that these are the 5 essential attributes to understanding who should perform Sharanagati to whom and why. Alongside, Sharanagati has 5 angas, panchanika. There are 5 angas to Sharanagati. Doing what the Paramatma likes, refraining from what the Paramatma dislikes, telling Paramatma that he is the only refuge, telling that there is no other means but Sharanagati, and completely keeping confidence in him. So it is called Akrityanamscha Karanam Krityanam Parjanam Chami. So do what is said. Don't do what is said. Don't do this. If Shastra say don't do this, don't do that. If it says do this, do that. So these are the 5 angas to Sharanagati. So Ādapuryasya Sankalpam Pratipulyasya Varjanam Rakshishyatiti Vishwasaha Goptritva Varanam Karapayamyam. So these are the 5 angas to Sharanagati. And then finally you surrender the Jivatma to the Lord. Now this Sharanagati has been enacted in many places in Srimad Ramayana by different people in different ways. But Lakshmana's sharanagati to Rama and Sita is probably the apt examples of how sharanagati should be done. So Lakshmana understood his Swarupam, which is the Jivatma Swarupam, performed sharanagati to Paramatma while he is in association with Mahalakshmi. Brahmachari Narayana, bachelor Narayana is of no use, zero use. Only when he is in association with Mahalakshmi, who is Sita here, sharanagati should be performed. So after Rama and Sita had their conversation and they got out, Lakshmana chose the apt moment to do sharanagati. So it was done to Rama along with Sita by Lakshmana, who understood his Swarupa for the right reason, so that he can do sharanagati and obtain kankaryam, servitude, eternal servitude to the divine couple as the phala, as the fruit. So then he insists, aham sarvam karishyami, I should do all possible forms of services. Jangrataha swapadaschati, immaterial of whether both of you are awake, half asleep or asleep. I should do all forms of sharanagati. We have also noticed that this particular act of Lakshmana's sharanagati exemplifies the two-lined mantra called as Dvaya Maha Mantra. Srimannarayana Charanau Sharanam Prabhadye Purva Vakyam. It has been exemplified when he performs sharanagati. Then he says, as the other to it, give me the opportunity to serve the both of you, which is Kankaryam. Srimati Narayanaya Namaha is the Uttara Vakyam of that particular mantra. So, Dvaya Mahamantram has been exemplified by Lakshmana. The 5 Angas to Sharanagati have been fulfilled by Lakshmana. He has done it to the right couple at the right time for the right purpose. So, Sharanagati has been perfectly displayed by Lakshmana through the compiler called Valmiki in this particular work called as Ramayana. In fact, who is this Lakshmana? Lakshmana, as mentioned at the commencement in Balakanda, is treated as the avatara of Ādisesha. Who is Adishesha? The serpent couch to the Lord. What is his original name? Ananta. So Ananta is regarded in the Puranas as the son of Kashyapa and Kadru, the eldest of all the snakes. He is called Ananta. Incidentally, Kashyapa Maharishi lived in that particular region, Bihara, called as Kashyapa Bihara or Kashmira. So Kashmira is Kashyapa Bihara. Kashyapa is said to have lived there. I just now said through Kashyapa the snakes came out. What were the snakes? Adishesha or Ananta, Takshaka, Kanagotaka and so on. There was a dynasty around the 6th, 7th and 8th century that ruled Kashmir called Karkota dynasty. Takshaka is a snake which is very important in Bhagavatam and Mahabharata. Takshaka Shila is Takshila in the same region. Ananta is the snake. Adishesha is called Ananta. Who is Ananta? A Naga, a snake. Ananta Naga is Anantnag in Kashmir. So be it Anantnag, Takshila, Kargota. See, even the geography has association with our history. That said, Ananta, who's called Ādisesha, why is he called Ādisesha? Because he was the first person known in the Shastras to exhibit, to be a role model as to how an ardent servant should be. So, Shesha means the one who serves, the servant, the one who serves is called as Shesha. For all the Sheshas, we are all servants to the Lord. There is no harm in saying so. For we the Sheshas in this world, he is the role model. He is the first Shesha. First is Ani. So Adishesha means the first one who has displayed how servitude should be there. So Ananta is called Adishesha. Adishesha's avataram is only Lakshmana. What does Adishesha do to the Lord in Vaikutham or Paramapadam? He is the bed. He is the pillow. He is the blanket. He is the light, torch. He is the fan. He is the asanam, seat. He is the footwear to the Lord. So he is the serpent torch, he is the seat, he is the footwear, he is the light, which is the torch, he is the fan. He does all possible forms of services. So who does that? Adishesha or Ananta. Whose avataram is Lakshmana? Ādisesha or Ananta's avataram. That is why he says, Aham sarvam karishyami. I shall do all possible forms of services. How does he say so confidently? Because he is being used to it eternally in Vaikuntha. That is why Saint Tyagaraja, the famous Carnatic Vagayakara, the South Indian tradition, in the beautiful language called Telugu says, Chitra Ramayana Shershatalpa Paridu Sita Patini Yoche Joche Mitri Bhagya Mere Bhagyavo Saumitri Bharagya Mere Bhagyavo. What fortune it is of Saumitri. Saumitri is Sumitra Nandana, the son of Sumitra, who is Lakshmana. Chitradharanamaya Sheshatalpa Varindu Sita Padatiri. As he kept looking at the divine couple Rama and Sita, Lakshmana served. That is why after Lakshmana performed sharanagati so honestly, sincerely, wholeheartedly, beautifully, Rama and Sita accepted his sharanagati. Ramasdvanena vakena Suprita pratyuvajatam Braja prichasva saumitre Sarvameva suhrijjanam. So Shesha means the one who serves. So this quality of serving, the divine form, is called as Sheshatvam. Remember this quality. The ability of the Lord to remain Satya is Satyatvam. The ability to know everything is Jnanatvam. The ability to transcend all constraints of space and time is third, Satyam Jnana Anantatvam. So these are all the qualities that the Upanishads mention. There are 5. Satyatvam, Jnanatvam, Anantatvam, Anandatvam, Amaratvam. Similarly, the ability or the quality to serve Paramatma is called as Sheshatvam. The one who performs service is called as Shesha. The one who accepts the services. For example, those of you who are watching, you are all the Shesha Bhutas. Who am I? I am also a Shesha Bhuta. So we are all one category called Jivatmas, which are eternally, by nature, servants and subservient to the Lord. We are all Shesha. So this quality to serve is called as Sheshatva. The Lord, Paramatma, accepts our services. So whether you perform, I perform, and anybody performs, the Lord is very benevolent. He accepts our services. So he is called Sheshi. So we are all Shesha. He is Sheshi. The ability to serve Paramatma is called Sheshatva. The nature of the Lord to accept the services is called Sheshitva. He is Sheshi, so the ability is Sheshitva. We are Shesha, so it is Sheshatva. Why am I talking about this? Because in serving the Lord, there are 2 ways. One, where the Lord seeks our opinion. He will ask, what do you want to do? What kind of service you want to do? I wish you do this. What do you wish you want to do? So it is a 2-way conversation. So we say, I would love to string garlands for you. The Lord may say, today I am bored of your garland stringing. Try to grind sandal paste for me. He wishes something. Then we say immediately and we start grinding the sandal paste. So it is a 2-way conversation. He asks us, we ask him, he agrees, we agree. So this is the servitude what Lakshmana expressed. It is called Sheshatvam. He said, I will come to the forest. Initially the Lord was reluctant. Then he said, you come. That is when Lakshmana said, I will perform all forms of services. But there is another servitude where the Lord commands. The Jivatma accepts. It's not a 2-way conversation. It is 1 way. The Jivatma doesn't deny or doesn't retaliate or do anything. What the Paramatma wishes, the Jivatma executes. That servitude was expressed and done later by Bharata, which is called Paratantriyam. So this concept of sharanagati is extremely important for us to understand what kind of service Lakshmana performed.
Dear Astika reader, I am happy to be authoring a two-part book on the Ramayana in English. The first part is slated for release in the year 2024. The book aims to recreate and retell the Ramayana of Valmiki, conforming to the ancient commentaries and other allied literature. To receive notifications of the book release, kindly register with www.deshikadaya.org/books. Namaskaram.